And we're live this time. Sorry
We're
about
live. Hi, I'm Sapphy.
that. And I'm Mystic.
And my husband forgot how buttons work.
Forgot to click start, go live.
So I mean, it's that classic situation where you get a new gadget and you forget how everything else works around that gadget. So we got a little stream connection tool that like has nice little shortcut buttons and it looks very attractive. And he forgot that you still need to press the go live button on
YouTube itself. Yeah. Sorry about that. It's only a couple minutes late. All we've done so far is open a book. We've good.
Opened a book. Yes. You missed me comment on the backing up animation. No, but that one is okay.
We want that one. That'll take us to. We can get to Agira from there.
I thought that might be one of these books though here too.
Is it? I don't know. I don't think. So. I don't remember.
I don't think this is it. No. I thought one of these books would get us there. No, definitely not. Okay, you know what? Fine, we'll do this one.
We get a lot of yays and neat stuff, and Scott says, you took a look in a book, but reading Rainbow said that was very important.
Take a look, it's in a book, reading Rainbow. Okay. Let's,
Generally says, I appreciate the game's backing up animation. If I had to back up, which I'm not sure I ever have, that's how I would do it.
Yeah. Fairy Terminal?
Yes.
How do I just press this button?
It's like a crazy Rolodex type thing.
I mean, if everybody transports via book, it makes sense, I guess. It's either that or it's just an open library, and that didn't really work well on the original Myst game, did it? A lot of tampering that happened there. All right, look at this beautiful scene. So, Mystic, where is the place we need to go?
We want to go to that library that's up on the upper floors.
Can I walk backwards to it?
Oh my god, no. We're not going to take that long.
Somebody has probably devoted a whole stream to just walking backwards in a game like Myst.
I've seen people devote whole streams to just walking across a map in a game.
We did that. That was like one of our first streams before they were public. There was a lot of like chatting and walking across Skyrim, because Skyrim's perfect for stuff like that. If you don't mind occasionally having to kill a robber or something. So wow, guys, the second half of the Book of Denis really was everything I was afraid it was going to be, right? Everything I was afraid it was going to be.
I don't know which book in the library is the one we want, so we'll have to figure that out.
We will have to figure that out together. Oh my gosh. I'm still not over it. It was dark, guys. That was...
I love how you were you typing in the middle of your cozy stream Sims 4 cheat to get engaged?
Yes, okay. Some of you, I think I see that Scott's in the chat. Scott and Arcane and Generality will remember that in the cozy stream we had on Tuesday this week, the game glitched completely, and I could not get married. I shouldn't say I should say Laura and Liberty could not get married. So we had the wedding party with no wedding. It was very sad. But that's the kind of magic you get for playing a game that's been around for 10 years and is now basically just a cash cow for EA.
Okay, we are looking for, when we get up there, we are looking for the book on King Elsender.
Elsender?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you read it because I'm not going to be able to read that small text on it.
No, it's okay. Okay. Library is where... Oh, wait. The map's right there. Sapphy. Try to read a map for once. In the relationship, Mystic's the one with great sense of direction. And I'm the one who's an extrovert. So we use those skills accordingly.
Scott says, I can already see the Annie Austin video. Which game has the best backwards walking? Yes. I love Annie Austin.
Who? Hold on. Annie Austin. You must have told me about this gentleman.
Yeah.
I'm assuming a gentleman because it's usually men
Yes.
who do these kinds of.
But you've seen me. I think the one I watched was him tracing the power lines in
Yes.
GTA 4 or the rivers in Skyrim.
Okay, I have seen you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the kind of we used to watch that stuff together, like a lot of before the podcast was official. Not that guy specifically though. So the library. So I
believe it is from where you are on the way to the library. I think it is.
So I'm not going all the way. Excuse me here. P.S.
Oh, yeah, you want to go this direction.
Excuse me.
And we'll run across it on the way.
Okay. So wait, where is that direction? Wait, I just looked at this map. I was like, okay, so I know where to go. But where is that? So wait a minute.
So go look at your map. Look at the map.
I'm looking at the map, sir. I
Get
can
closer
see it.
to the map so you can see it, actually.
I can actually see it. That's a 3 right there. So we're between the 3 and the 2. Like, I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, so you look at the map.
I'm looking at the
It is
map.
oriented in a certain way. So the star is only on one side of the place that you're
I
on.
know. I'm trying to figure out the three little westward down kind of path, or westward down and up path. So this west, I don't know, Mystic. Just lead. Just tell me where to go.
That way.
Oh my God. Look, sometimes one of you just has to serve as the sat nav. Okay. And I personally do not. I really wish that in America we said sat nav more than GPS, because after watching Bluey, I'm like, that just sounds better and it's more efficient. Sat nav. But these are the silly little things that I think about way too much. Wait, is the shift further in? There we go. You guys don't want to watch me walk the whole time. Look at how big these. It was like Mario Kart earlier. Just running in the walls. And I can't steer apparently, so we're gonna have to do a lot more walking than I'm comfortable.
Also sounds like Mario Kart. Never mind.
That is not true. How many times did I beat you in a race today, Mystic?
Sapphy almost got a clean sweep, so yes. So one of these books.
And I did not have
So
the
one
auto
of these. So
steer
one of
on.
these books.
One of these books.
Yes, it's one of these books. I
So
don't
we
know
have
which
to-
one, but it's one of these.
Zit there. Okay. I do like the music here.
We're looking for the one on King Elsender.
King Alcindor. How do I click the book? Jacqueline?
No.
I have to actually be right next to it to click it. Okay. Visha? No. Visha sounds like Visha and Viavis from the same naming of it. Mararon? I don't know how you're supposed to say that. That's just maddening. Corrine? Okay, that's easier to say. They're all kings, so it's patriarchal lineages.
King Elsender. There you go.
Alcindor. So I'm congested.
I'm not gonna be able to really read.
I'm congested, so I'm sorry if this is not going to sound great. We are on something else today. I'm sorry. Let's actually read it. I'll try.
Greetings, Everett.
Hey, Everett.
I'm not gonna talk chat until Sapphy's done. So.
Okay. All right. We can always do. If there's a chance. I don't know how long this goes. So if we need to pause, we'll pause. Let me drink some water, and then I'm going to get to this.
We're not doing this whole room, Everett, because that's going to be a whole separate episode of the podcast.
You know what? I would do it if we did it for a fundraiser. If we could find a fundraiser, we could get something.
Well,
Mystic's already like mad.
We can do a whole episode on this room.
We could.
So.
But I'm just saying, if you're gonna make us read this much, it should be a fundraiser. It should be one of those live stream fundraisers where people give money for as much as we read. Okay. King Alcindor. Alcindor, the Great King. Alcindor was 29 and living on a private age with his mother when his father was killed. Instead of immediately joining the city, he remained in the private age, apparently at the suggestion of his uncle, who had come to inform Al-Sandar of his father's death. With a few advisors who kept him updated, Al-Sandar stayed in the private age trying to formulate a plan for the war that was now raging in his city. Meanwhile, his uncle, still a member of the Guild of Linguists, was translating much of the Pento language and learning as much as he could about them. As it turned out, the judges, with the Pento, claimed control of the Dini government after the death of Kareen and began to move into other ages. Al-Sandar, after being briefed by his uncle on new information, continued to wait. A few weeks later, the waiting appeared to pay off. Reports came back that the judges had killed the leader of the Pento for fear he was becoming more powerful and out of control. Unfortunately, the leader had not declared an heir and had left 2 sons to fight for the throne. This led to civil war within the Pento and a complete lack of focus on the Dini, leaving the judges empty-handed. As well, what forces there were spread out to other ages and no longer fortified in the city. The public apparently knew Al-Sandar was hiding, and with every passing day felt as though the prophecies were coming to fruition. Only the stone, while they pass beneath, listens to his cries and comforts her fear. Only the ark welcomes the reign of the Great One who guides us. Al-Sandar, they all knew, had been born directly under the ark. I'm saying ark, I should say arch. The arch. A new people of light, will bring great havoc to the dark, as they believe the Pento had done. He remains hidden, while another sits in his throne, was obvious. While the public waited for him, they only grew more willing to fight for him. 15 weeks after the death of his father, Al-Sandar entered the city for the first time in his life with a small force. He sailed directly through the arch to the palace and reclaimed it with relative ease while directing his soldiers and those who joined him as they saw him enter the city. Immediately, he established safe zones and eventually informed the Pento that he wished to begin negotiations with the Pento warrior, Makar. Al-Sandar agreed to help Makar defeat his brother if, in return, they would return to their home peacefully. Makar agreed if Al-Sandar would write him an age to return to. The deals were signed, and in 1376, Al-Sandar led a force to the Pento age. It was there, in the Battle of the Great King, that Al-Sandar led the defeat of Makar's brother Timaui, I'm guessing on that pronunciation, and total victory for Dini. Makar turned over 2 leaders of the judges, and Al-Sandar found the other 3. And Al-Sandar found the other 3 in the city. All 5 were sent to prison ages, and the books burned. Some in the society have demanded execution, but Al-Sandar had refused. Regardless, his coronation ceremony took place a few weeks later, and it was said not one of Dini did not attend the event. Our cheering was as loud as thunder, and our pride as solid as the arch through which he sailed. Throughout his reign, Al-Sandar wrote a good number of books of prophecies and encouraged his people to forget about their old homeland and focus on why they came to Dini, to start again, to focus on pleasing Yavo and to make good and right decisions. To know Yavo better should be the focus of their lives, he claimed. It was Al-Sandar who brought them back to the attitude they had maintained during the reign of the Rhaenyra. How am I saying that right, Mystic? Rhaenyra? Or is it Rhaenyra? Rhaenyra?
I can...
It's in the middle. It's the middle. The last word. Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra?
Rhaenyra? Should I say Rhaenyra?
I think so.
Okay. Let me get a drink of water and we'll continue. It was Al-Sandar who brought them back to the attitude they had maintained during the reign of Rhaenyra. During his life, there were numerous rumors abounding about Al-Sandar and special linking abilities. Numerous witnesses claimed that he did not need linking books to go from one place to another, and numerous others claimed he could link to different spots within an age. However, none of these rumors were ever confirmed. there were apparently other rumors, much more quiet, which dealt with Alcindor and his relationship with the prophet Nemea. Though it seemed that Nemea had great respect for Alcindor, the same could not be said concerning Alcindor's opinion of Nemea. Apparently, the great king had little time for her and often found her advice foolish and childish when he did consult with her. As a result, it seems Nemea was rarely seen with the great king and relegated to figurehead roles for ceremonies and the like. Perhaps surprisingly, Alcindor rarely consulted with any other prophets, though he did have the choice. Excuse me. It's when you're congested sometimes. I'm sorry. Allergy season here, guys. It's spring in Chicago, and my body's not willing. Unbeknownst to the public who continued to praise him, Alcindor was working with the guilds of writers and healers on a plague. It was said that it could be used as a biological weapon in case such action was ever needed in the future. As far as the Pento, the link between their age and Denis was still open, as Alcindor insisted on the continuation of resources from the Pento, although it appears that some of his associates advised against it. It was in 1466 that Makar came to the palace through other books given to him by judges and killed Alcindor's wife and 2 sons. Alcindor himself killed Makar in what records describe as an astounding battle. 2 days later, Alcindor ordered the release of the plague to the new Pento age. Apparently, his counselors advised against it, but he demanded his orders be carried out. The plague was released through records. The plagues were released, though records don't specify how, and the entire population of Pento died 3 days later. Unfortunately, it seems as though most of them realized what was happening and did not die before linking to a number of other ages and infecting numerous other cultures. The sickness did not affect Denis, although the Guild of Chemists began to fear that it could mutate to something that would. Once the public became aware of the plague, they obviously blamed the Pento for the devastation, as they had no knowledge of Alcindor's participation in the plague. All of the books which the Pento had access were gathered together to be forever destroyed. Excuse me. Then, in 1500, Alcindor gathered his people together to inform them of the truth. It was in that speech that he told them he had created a plague and then ordered its release. At the end of the speech, he asked to be sealed into the temple of the great king, as built by Jacqueline, with any infected books as well as any books that linked the Denis to their past, as he preached they must completely forget. A year later, Alcindor was sealed within the temple, and it was then that the dimensions and shape of the building made sense, as it was required to hold massive amounts of books. Solath, Alcindor's chosen heir, took temporary charge of Denis while the public waited for the great king's return. However, after 6 months had passed, records state that Solath uncovered the final wishes of Alcindor and read them publicly. Alcindor, he read, was not to return, and for no reason should the seal of the temple of the great king ever be broken. In addition, the note stated that Solath should be officially designated as permanent king. So convincing was Solath's shock upon reading the note, it was said that the thought of the note being a hoax was never considered. Numerous personal journals and government transcripts state in the public's disbelief at the statements. Solath himself said, "For how could he leave us in such a state?" Though there were many calls to break the seal of the temple, as direct command of the great king was foolish. As well, the books within the seal were infected books and should not be opened for good reason. So, in 1502, the Temple of the Great King was renamed Tomb of the Great King upon orders of Solath, and he was assumed dead. However, most still believe he would return. Alright, so some asterisks to clarify. There's several asterisks. They should have numbered it. I'm sorry. That's just me being a writing person. The two brothers were both fighting for control of the Pento, and Makar felt most strongly his people no longer owed the judges anything. His brother, Tamawe, felt the opposite. Okay. And then another part was from The Great King, written by Lashina in 1399. Nemea's Legacy, written by Timon in 1609. Excuse me, again congested. Though not done often, it was possible for a king to leave the throne to his successor if he wished to be gone for an extended period of time. Okay, so that's something that was established. No records point to the note being anything but the true wishes of the Great King, but it is interesting to note that it was never even thought of as a fabricated note. And so the last part should be noted for no good reason, as spoken by Grandmaster Namus of the Guild of Healers to the council. So, and that is how we got everything that becomes
Yeah.
Terhani.
Yes. Journal says, so you may not feel the need to read all of them, but the plague is a major element for the next several kings' rules. And then also says, I forgot how they did these footnotes in the most annoying way possible.
Yeah, come on, number them. What the heck? Also, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this with respect and reverence, but this needed an editor, and like maybe because it's like the scrappy research.
It's a scrappy research type thing.
There's so many, unfortunately, suddenly, like all of those at the beginning of a sentence in a way that does not really give a lot of weight to what's being said.
Sounds like one of my scripts for Lore Together.
I love you very much, Mystic, but you don't ask me to edit, you ask me to react, so I focus on one task at a time. Alright? Excuse me as oh man, I hate allergy season. Woo! It's been a week, guys. My allergies are kicking up. I got woken up at 4 a.m. twice. One of which I genuinely thought someone was breaking into our house. We're fine. It was not anything. The door, something just fell over.
Oh, somebody's chatting with us.
Oh, wait. How do we chat back?
I don't know. I've never been here where someone was chatting with me.
Oh, wait. Oh,
There's two people here. There's people here.
wait.
Plural.
Wait. Where do I type?
I don't know.
I don't.
Johnny says, I think you hit enter to open the chat.
Huh? Mystic has. Oh. Wait. How do I? Wait. How do I open the? I'm like, okay, this is the interface.
Or just start typing. It's been a while. I don't know. When we have that the names up, it feels weird. I don't know how to get that turned off.
No, I can't.
T?
Huh?
T?
Hello. Surprise! Anyone is here. Want to be on a live stream? We're live now. I figured we should say something like that before we start.
Boop, boop. Everyone leaves.
They're like, what? So, it's such a small community. I'm like, I should say that out loud.
Yeah.
You know? I'm gonna stay here for a little minute to see if
You can keep walking. It'll pop up.
okay.
I think it's over the whole area. It's not. There's not like a.
Well, yeah, this is an older MMO. Okay, they're probably gonna be like, wait, what? Well, I mean, no,
Scott says, does this count as a meta plot twist?
kind of. It's a very quiet space. There's
Even during Guild Wars, when we know that there are other people around, we've never actually interacted with people during stream that much.
no.
So.
I'm trying to think of like what else we should be doing other than possibly reading books. this person is if they're about to say anything.
They may not,
All right.
and that's okay.
That's okay. That's right. I'm sorry. I'm the extrovert. I'm like, friends. We made friends. Friends.
I'm also trying to figure out. So Cyan had a announcement about a sale, but there was like capitalized letters in the middle of the announcement.
Speaking of sale, my book's on sale tomorrow for Pi Day. If you want the ebook version, Mother Revolution.
Fair. I was trying to talk about a thing, but fair enough.
I'm sorry. It was. That's all I need to say.
It is tangentially related.
That is all I was gonna say. I didn't need to say much more other than my book's on sale. It'll be $2 tomorrow for Pi Day. Have some pie with you. Have some sci-fi with your pie.
But all I've found so far is lash fragments, and I don't know what that means.
Lash fragments for what Cyan announced?
Yeah. So I'm gonna show Sapphy the Discord post.
Oh, hello. There's the person that passed. I don't know who that is though.
So here's the Discord post talking about a sale, but like you can see there's capitalized letters all throughout. Eyelashes? But I don't know what that would...
Wait. Oh. Spring. Yeah. Yeah.
The name of Sapphy's book is Mother Revolution.
Yes. Mother Revolution. It's a little over 80,000 words. Story about a single mom who's on the run, who on a side job stumbles into a very concerning development of people who are unknowingly shackled. But that's all I'm going to say. You should read it. That's my opinion.
But to get back to my Cyan thing, lash fragments have one thing says eyelashes, but I don't know what that would have to do with Cyan, so who knows? Jonas says, I think the thread of the plague through history is interesting because it seems to pop back up unexpectedly, which is fair.
Yeah. Do we think that that's what Vivus and what's his name? Arca, what am I? Agaris. I'm sorry, guys. The vaguely Roman-ish sounding names.
That's not... The idea of a plague, is it always the same plague generality, since you seem to know more about this than I do? You might as well name the podcast too.
Yeah, I was just like, wait a second, why am I being coy? Why be coy when direct is option?
Yes, Sapphy is using her pseudonym.
Yeah, it's under Sapphy lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. They know about us. Oh, cool. Hey, guys, we made a friend. All right.
Jonas says, I also like the idea that the harmless stomach bacteria in the dunny is a distant descendant of the same plague, which is fair. That does sound plausible. It doesn't explain Vivus and Agaris' thing.
Yeah, I'm really curious.
Arcane Flame is celebrating. I don't quite know why, but that's okay.
Hey! Oh, probably because of the sale. Or, if there's something else we should be celebrating Arcane, let us know.
DV.
Oh,
You still want to use that mouse cursor to move the thing, don't you?
I know, but I know better than to try.
All right, maybe we should stop chatting and start moving.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm a fast typer, though, okay? I'm not delaying things too much. Ooh, nice. Let's see. Let me just see.
We have about 25 minutes left to stream.
I know. I know.
I know you don't. Okay, fine.
Mystic's acting like we're about to go down the rabbit hole for like Alice in Wonderland or something, and then be late for tea. So looking at the 4 ages, let me just explain.
Everett says, well, there's definitely a recurring theme of a specific humanoid species having a super high fatality rate in a specific pandemic. Fair enough. Jeremy says, we don't know where Vivus and Agaris got their plague, but it would make sense that it was related to the old one in some way. The course it runs is similar. Have one thing says, I'm going to take 20 and you'll reach the end of the walkway.
Huh?
Have one thing says, going to take 20 to reach the end of this walkway.
Yeah, if I keep talking to you, you're all. But
Everett says, say Shora, which means peace and is a standard greeting. In fact, you can hear Shora in Abduction when
the
mayor is talking to you in the opening.
How do you spell that?
S-H-O-R-A.
Good, exactly how I guessed. I gotta say, even though you could tell that this is an older game, you visited Highgarten Nebri? I think we did the first time we did. But I don't think it's in.
Tell you.
I don't think.
I don't remember what we visited. It was so long ago, and we've so many games between them.
We get. You know what this reminds me of? When MMOs were first new, there were a lot of like kids horror games were about you're stuck in the thing, and then somebody gives.
Jeremy says, in Riven, according to the recording of Keta, Gen's wife says Shorate. I'm not sure what the grammatical difference is. I'm going to throw out a 100% supposition here, but because Keta is subservient, maybe Shorate is
Peace to leader.
Peace to a leader, greetings to a leader, or a superior or something like that.
Watchers. Just go ahead and watchers. Okay. Oh, okay.
Just go over and watch this.
We'll check that out. Do you remember how to get there, Mystic, or should I just go back and trace my steps to get to the Watchers Pub?
To get to the Watchers Pub, you want to go to one of those books, which you can probably find one around you somewhere. They tend to be scattered around pretty much everywhere.
Sure. Box of books next to Chisco book.
If you look to the side, other direction.
What?
Go that direction. I think there's a thing in the wall that has the Rolodex book.
Oh, like on this side?
I think so, if I remember correctly, which I may not.
You like how any exclamation points I've responded? We'll get to one of those eventually.
You can also just, as Jeremy points out, you can also just use your Relto book and then.
Oh, in your visit to Neighboring in 2020. Oh. Oh, we've been here before. Oh, okay. Oh. That does sound. It is something there. Well, worth going again. Oh. Oh, wow, really? Okay. Well, let's just go to the Watcher's Pub and see if we can go to Neighbory or something. Nice. You can tell I'm verbose. You can tell I'm a writer because I can't just like write one word. So I read whole thing.
I don't think there's supposed to be an English translation of Keta's recording. Because
I don't think intentionally.
Gen would
no.
never.
Teach her English, I don't think.
Yeah.
I would have.
You can just Relto out. That's fine. The book is in the bottom corner somewhere. On the bottom corner, I think.
What? What do you mean?
Go towards the bottom of the screen with your mouse. There it is.
Okay. We're gonna. So.
Yeah, but my point is, I don't think she's not speaking Dani. She's probably speaking,
Yeah.
or at least she's
no.
not speaking the Dani that we know. She might be speaking a dialect that he taught her.
Oh, very cool. Nice meeting you. Oh, did I delete all of that? Or is nobody else here now? What did I do? Oh. Catch you soon. Catch you later. Okay. I'm gonna go, so we'll just go back. Well, that was fun. We never talked to somebody before. Okay, I found fun with it, but that's not why we're here. We're also having fun with you guys in the chat. It would help if I could aim. Okay, so... No. Nope. We want to go to this one then? Oh, yeah. So we'll just go to Watcher's Pub pretty quickly. So by the Jigsaw Library. Jigsaw, is it this one? I'm trying to think of which one is Neighbory. How do we know what's Neighbory and what's not? Oh. Oh, added you as buddies. Can we? Oh, just a Burnett book has been added to your Relto library. Nice. How do I get him to be a buddy back? We'll figure that out after stream. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to figure out those rules. I already had a stream earlier this week that was a failed wedding, so I'm not going to do. So, add it to your Relto library though. Wait a second. The Relta Library. Which one's the Relta Library? Is that the one
That's
back?
when you just went to get to the Rolodex. Yeah, Relto is that book.
Okay. Well, thank you, you're all, for being such a good friend of the show. It's amazing. This is why I love living in the future. So which one is the new one? Oh, it's the red one. We didn't have the red one before. No. So we have been. Oh, somebody else is here. Oh. Why, hello. Is that you? Hey. I'll just say, hey, nice hat. Okay. Picked up the book from the box? Not yet. All right. Let's see. So where is it? All right. And quick way here for one thing. Wait, do I have to pick it up? Can I add Sorry, bad sense of direction. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm like trying to. I feel like yes, yeah, no, please feel free to. So wait, he said from the book. Okay, hold on a second. From the box. Nexus book back to, oh. Wait, what's running again? This one. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, back to pub. Alright. So wait, go to the Nexus book back to the pub? Is that what he's saying? Mystic? Why am I being... I feel like I'm misunderstanding.
We'll go where he is. He's telling you there's a secret door.
Oh! There's secret doors in here?
It's cyan.
Mystic, you know... Don't... Here's secret door. Oh, can I get in? Why can't I get in? Or does it have to finish its animation? Yeah, that's what... Oh, this is so cool. Guys, secret doors. Just say thanks. So we're not going to spend too much time. Oh, look at how beautiful this is. With these desks. I want a desk like this. Mystic, you would love a desk like this. I don't think you'd get a lot of work done on a desk like this. So there's the box of books. I'm trying to figure out where that
I'm totally lost. So,
I've never
'cause I've never been here.
before.
Even Jeremy says, wow, I didn't know about this.
Wow, really? Oh my gosh. Oh, here? This looks so... Oh, and it's got laptops and everything? Man. It looks like it. Oh, I think I found it. Oh, man.
Yeah, we've been there, I think.
Probably. I'm just gonna say, found it. Thanks again.
Everett hasn't seen this room either.
This is amazing, guys. Well, even if I think you're right. We might have been to this one before, but this is gonna put us in a different, not where we been to before. This. Nice touch that you still look like you're kneeling when you come back in. Oh, look at this. Can you sit in these chairs? I don't know what you can't click on a chair to like. You can't back up into a chair. But it's still really cool. Look at this. You know what? I think we saw something like this, but I don't remember it being a starry night sky. Do you remember that, Mystic?
Sorry?
That we saw something like this, but I don't remember having a starry night sky when we were the last time we were on this space.
I think we did get here, and I do remember there being a starry sky, because I remember there being a beach party. But I think we went the long way around.
We did.
Yeah.
We didn't have the beautiful secret entrance left. Also love the scenery on the beach dolls here. Look at the sand castle. That's a huge sand castle. Wow. Nice. This is so cool. Well, I'll have to figure out how to make You're All a Buddy after this. I just didn't want you guys to suffer through me, like, searching through the interface to do that. But if one of you guys know how to do it in the chat, let me know, because I appreciate it when people are super friendly in spaces that are small, because sometimes small spaces can feel exclusive just by the fact that there are people who've been there long enough to know the secrets of it. Instead, I found someone who's really happy to share one of the really genuinely special spaces in our room. Look at this calming music. Like, I could see, like, walking through this.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of, you've been here before.
Yeah, we've been here before. I can tell, but that's pretty cool. But we came in the other way. We did not come straight to the beach. Did we note last time that we left the footprints? Because that's
I don't remember. It was quite a while ago.
It was quite a while ago. So, not necessarily new, but we didn't really have a...
I mean, finding the hidden room, getting told about the
That's
hidden room was
true.
new.
That was awesome. Wow. Just making sure. This looks like a strange way to walk, so I'm gonna see if there's anything here. Oh, looks like there's a placard there. So, Mystic, when you were reading the book of Denis,
Yes.
what was the part that was most surprising to you?
Honestly, the cruelty. I didn't expect to go, like, I had the idea that it was going to be dark, it was going to be terrible, but I didn't have an idea that we were going to get the description of the smell
Oof.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised in how willing they were to go to make the bad guys that amazingly horrible. I don't know how many times I said it was horrific. I couldn't think of any other words because I was just astounded by the scale of the injustice and violence that the hidden people were experiencing. Oh, am I stuck on this part? There's a way to get out of this part, though, right? I'm just trying to.
What about you guys who listened? What was the thing that
Yeah.
stuck out the most from the 2 episodes for you?
Don't say my shrill response. It's not. It's not a productive answer. Now I'm trying to remember how to get to somewhere else because we got to hear from somewhere else.
Oh yeah, we didn't really mention that because we're family friendly.
Oh, but it's the live stream, so it's a little.
We didn't mention the mass castration.
Wow. No, we didn't. Wow. Whew. Ooh, boy. Wow. That's a doozy. Is there a way to get off of this part of the beach? Or are we just here for the next? I thought we got here another way. I'm trying to. Maybe that's a ramp, and I'm just not understanding that.
That definitely looks like a ramp.
Yeah, I just misunderstood it. I thought it looked like a dumpster for a while.
Have one thing says, ah yes, the great de-wienering of 72.
Oh, thanks for bringing some levity into that. That was a dark episode. Yes, I remember now. We came to the beach scene this way. Yeah, I have to say, I was surprised of the scale. Like, it makes sense considering the technology, if you want to call it, for lack of a better word, I can think of that.
Yeah.
That they had tyranny, but at the same time, it's just impressive the scale of total destruction and violence and dehumanization. It was impressively terrible.
Everett says also that Typhoid Mary convened a planet-wide conference to discuss in person the effects of the pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty solid point. This is beautiful though here.
Generality, Arcane Flame, what... When you listened to the episode or read the Book of Denis, what stuck out to you as the most surprising thing?
Oh man. Gotta love a fantasy setting with big old tree roots. Cyan, of course, agrees.
It's fair. Johnny says the Book of Denis essentially explores the dark side of what a multiverse-spanning society is capable of.
Yeah. That is very accurate. And then, of course, it also brings the question, if you take the thought experiment farther, it's like, should anybody have that power?
Yeah.
Is the chance of corruption too great?
Yeah. And Arcane Flame says, honestly, what's already been said.
Yeah.
Rather dark themes in the book.
Yeah, it's the darkest of any of the books we covered. I'd be interested to see what happens in the Book of Miriam.
I do wonder why it goes so dark.
Yeah.
Like what was so if you are a fan of Douglas Adams, one of the last books of the Hitchhiker series he wrote, Mostly Harmless, I believe, was kind of I think that one it was darker. It doesn't end on a good note.
Yeah.
It's a little depressing, and he said that he was just in a dark time while writing it. I do wonder, were the Miller brothers, was David Wingrove like just feeling dark, or was it they wanted to tell a dark story? You know?
Yeah.
Generally says, I heard a rumor that David Wingrove was off the leash a bit with this book because the brothers were working on Riven at the time.
Oh, interesting. So maybe, what else has Wingrove written?
Let me look.
Licensed or otherwise? I'm curious. Like a similar dark theme that he does in general. I'm also thinking like Primal Rage the Avatars was written by somebody who did a lot of properties that were like a lot of licensed properties, so I'm wondering, I was always curious to see if they've got any.
So apparently he is well known for a science fiction series called Chung Kuo.
Chung Kuo? Okay.
Kuo or something. 200 years in the future, in a mile-high content spending city is made of super plastic called ice. Housing a global population of 40 billion, the city is divided into 3 individual levels, and success and prestige is measured by how far above the ground one lives.
This feels very familiar to some other stuff with Mystic, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
So it sounds like status and large societies and stuff tend to be a theme.
A theme. Well, yeah, I don't know if the cruelty is that high in that story, though.
Everett says, I may have mentioned this before, but I've awarded 3 parts of Myst canon a prize for the most morally disgusting. One of those goes generally to Atris's whole attitude on tyranny.
That is exactly why we have to educate people of the past. Because
Atris's attitude?
of tyranny. What do you mean? Which
I'm confused by what we're talking about there, because
Atris did not revile it nearly as quickly as
Atris is naive.
yes.
Atris is naive. I don't know if that's a moral failing, though.
When your wife has been greatly persecuted and almost put in a forced marriage, tells
Fair enough.
you it's time to go, you go.
Fair
Just
enough.
sorry.
Yeah.
Just sorry. I mean, living a life where I'm married to a man that has more privilege than I. Mystic, when I tell you something is wrong, you just trust because you trust my experience. And that's one of the reasons why we've been able to stay together for so long. Not that, like, I have control over anything, but more just, like, you trust my experience as someone who's in a minority status.
Okay.
Listen to me. So,
I do want Everett. Is that kind of where you're going at, or is it something else?
yeah. Everett, please tell us your opinion on that. I'm curious now. I'm in a philosophical mood. I was talking about some of the stuff I put in my book with a friend who's been reading it recently. It's been very rewarding to have the conversation. She's like, oh, you got the thing. But also in general, it's just rewarding to talk about the philosophical stuff.
Everett says, at the 2023 Mysterium, Rand admitted that he wants to decanonize the book. It said that someone, the publisher, Everett guesses, forced them to cut out parts of the manuscript.
Wait, what?
At the 2023 Mysterium, Rand admitted that he wants to decanonize the book and said that someone, Everett guesses the publisher, forced them to cut out parts of the manuscript. So we're missing part of what the official story would have been, and it sounds like it's not going to be considered canon anyway. So we wasted 2 episodes. I'm kidding. We've covered non-canon books before, so.
Yeah. I think that's really interesting too. And he didn't say why. It's just stuff that was cut out. So it makes me, is this stuff that's cut out that Rand wants to get back to in another form? Is this...
I do know he has said that even though he is taking a step back from Cyan and kind of letting go of the reins, that they will there is this idea that they do want to continue Myst in some form. Journalist says, it sounds like we're hitting close to why the Book of Mirim is taking so long. The
Yeah.
Book of Retcon.
You're afraid to jump down to the beach. A lot of us did.
Scott just says, journey, not destination stream then.
Yeah.
I would be down for a new version. I hope it's a better quality than the 30th anniversary Book of Atris one.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
I was a little bummed that they didn't redo the artwork for that one.
I think this is just a dead end.
Yeah.
But
And it's about time we should probably call this.
yeah.
Arcane Flame wonders if they were cut out, if the parts were cut out for pacing or because this stuff was even darker.
Yeah. Like they really were willing to go full on cautionary tale in a way that was even more brutal than we got. Well, I think we will not know maybe some of the secrets that you're all is alluding to, but I'll leave it to this beautiful view we got in this beautiful, crazy world.
That was made by fans.
It was made by fans. That is with weird sounds now. We're now at a place where there's some strange sounds going. So, Mystic, do you have an idea of what we want to cover next time?
Not at the moment, no. Everett says Atris just seemed emotionally detached. He kills hundreds of millions of people, admittedly by accident, but he never expresses fault or new precautions. He remains weirdly lacking in emotion.
That is a problem I have with a lot of, especially in previous written works, the inability for many male characters to emote realistically is, and I don't know if it's necessarily because Atris was male and that was a conscious decision. It's like, no, we don't make the man cry. But I do think it's something that because of the way society is, can climb the cliff from the beach, low, fat trunk, walk, run, and jump 2 times a day. Oh, okay, it's cool to know. But for me, I think sometimes people forget that men have the same full range of emotions as women do, and although there might be some patriarchal considerations for how they are expressed, they're still there, and even if they're internalized, they should be dealt with in fiction. And a lot of times instead fiction just deals with like men to be more rational and less quote unquote emotional. And I think it's just, I don't think it was purposeful. I just think it's an unconscious bias, so to speak. And I agree. I know if I accidentally killed a bunch of people with a plague that I just met, I would be devastated. Regardless of how horrible they are. I don't want to be a murderer.
Yeah. So Generally points out that I'm remembering that one of the bonus texts for Myst that was covered in the podcast's first bonus episode, we covered those ages of Myst that were referenced in Cyan's website but never actually put into a game.
Yeah.
Mentions Atreus caring for a plague, so maybe it's just that he's kind of been through it before.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So he's a little numb to it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Having all of us having lived through a pandemic, I believe that some of us are kind of numb to, yeah, this is going to happen.
Oh, we're in a plague now. That's a survival mechanism too.
Yeah.
The practicality of it.
But again, we'll figure out when it becomes canon or not canon. Either way, for now, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you next week for Mass Effect 2. A poll will be going up shortly after we end stream.
Yes. Yeah, I'll make sure Mystic does it. I say that with love. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm looking forward to when we finally get back to Uru again. Just because there's so, now that I know there's so, I'm like, I must know the secrets. Even though I'm really bad at finding them.
If there's a map, you might be able to find them as long as you can.
You know what?
Actually, no, map didn't even help you before. Never mind.
No, the guiding indicator on Veilguard, I'm like, every game should have that because that's how lost I get. I get so lost, guys. It's so sad. All right.
Which is funny because in Mass Effect 2, I use the guiding indicator that pops up when you press the M key to avoid going where the plot is so we can get everything else.
No, it's there. I mean, but that's a fair use. That's not necessarily the wrong way to use it. It's just a different way.
Either way, have a good night, everybody.
Good
We'll
night.
catch you next time.
Next time. Bye.
Bye.